What a win today. What a win. What a win. Well, y'all, I know everybody in Broncos country is happy. We get to celebrate a win. You know what I mean? Victory Monday, Victory Tuesday, you know, and then Wednesday the Broncos get back to work. You know what I mean? So what a way to win. The Broncos manhandled the Chargers 24-7. They manhandled the Chargers. You know what I mean? They went in and had their thing with the Chargers today. What a way! What a way to win! Give credit to Vance Joseph, the defensive coordinator, because he kept pressure. He kept putting pressure on Justin Herbert and Eastern State. You know what I mean? So Broncos, the defense got a couple turnovers today. You know what I mean? Um, what a way to win. Russell Wilson was trying to get the ball deep to Jerry Judy early and often, but they got some for some reason they not connecting on them V shots. You know what I mean? For some reason, they might need to stay out the practice and Russell and Judy got to work together because if the Broncos thinking about making thinking about getting in the playoffs and trying to make a deep run, they're gonna have to be able to throw that ball, and you, the Broncos are going to need Jerry Judy for sure. They are going to need Jerry Judy. You know what I mean? So, but they don't really need and have to utilize Jerry Judy in the passing game. And well, Russell, they already have a connection. Already have a connection with, you know, Corler Sutton, Adam Troutman, Marvin Mims. They gotta work with Marvin Mims to get so they can get him the ball and get him. I think Marvin Mims is best utilized in the deep passing game. You know what I mean? I think that's where he's best utilized at in the deep passing game. So it's a good win, but they're gonna have to go back to the drawing board and keep practicing. Sean Payton said, the Broncos had a good practice Thursday. You know what I mean? I had one of the best practices they ever had Thursday. They need to keep that up and keep practicing good. Because when they do that, it shows on game day. They play with a lot of energy. They play fast. Russ threw one interception. So be it. It had me go like it, but Russell threw, you know, one interception. But it didn't cost him though. It didn't cost him. It didn't cost him nothing. So the Chargers ain't really get on the board till, they scored 7 points, but that was garbage time. They did that, they scored that in garbage time. So that was kind of garbage time points for the Chargers. Yeah, give it to them. It was already out of reach, 24-7. So it was already out of reach. And look, LA is the, playing the Chargers in LA is kind of like a home game for the Denver Broncos. You know what I mean? It's really kind of like a home game for the Broncos because it's more Broncos fans out there in them seats than it was Chargers. That happens every time. And look, the Broncos broke another record today. They beat the Chargers on the road. Since it's been a minute since they, I don't think they ever got a win at SoFi Stadium since the Chargers moved to Los Angeles. So the Broncos break that streak. You know what I mean? They're in the business of breaking streaks this year. They're in the business of breaking streaks. Playoff hopes are still alive. I think the Chargers, they have no hope. They dead in the and they dead in the water. I won't be surprised if, you know, Brandon Staley gets fired today after this game. He kept going he kept on fourth downs. He like 4 for 1, 4 for 3. Brandon Staley, he kept his offense on the field like they gonna convert a first down or something. The Broncos held them. I think they was like over 8, over 9, on third down, fourth down conversions. You know what I mean? So the Broncos defense showed up. Like I said, gotta give big ups to Van Joseph for having that defense playing. It's a big turnaround from when the Broncos defense gave up that 70 points to Miami, right? Big turnaround. Big turnaround. And look, the team is playing with energy. They playing, they want to win. You know what I mean? They deserve to have a winning season, just like anybody else, right? The Broncos have been down for too long. You can't keep the Broncos down. They're a good team. Their organizational record is impeccable, and their franchise is historic. You know what I mean? They have one of the best franchises in the league, probably at the top with the richest owners in the league. You know what I mean? It's time to show these owners that they ain't bought the Broncos for nothing, that they bought a winner. It's time for that. Time to show them that they invested in the right team, because they could have bought any other team, but they wanted to buy the Denver Broncos. Big ups. And also big up to Greg Penner and the ownership group for doing their thing to try to hire Sean Payton and bring him to Denver. I don't care what nobody says. Sean Payton is the right man for the job. Sean Payton's the right man to write this shit. I don't care. Don't talk about my head coach. Don't talk about my quarterback. Russell Wilson is clutch when it counts. You know what I mean? He's clutch when it counts. I mean, he stood up in the pocket and threw that ball out of Drummond and Colin Sutton. You know what I mean? Look, they played a good game. They was good on, they was good in all 3 phases. When the Broncos are good in all 3 phases, that's a formula for a winning football team. You can win like that. You know what I mean? And I think the Broncos are going to keep winning. Next week, we got a primetime game on Saturday night, 8 p.m. We travel to Detroit, play the Lions. They're beatable. They lost today. And they are beatable. And I think that the Broncos could go into Detroit and handle business. I think they will. I think they can. They got the right person as the head coach. They got the right quarterback. And look, all this talk about is Russell Wilson going to be the Broncos quarterback next year. Yes, he will be. Yes, he will be. And all that talk about need to dump Russell Wilson and get a cost control quarterback, cost con, cost control quarterbacks can't do what Russell Wilson did. They can't. We we'd be looking like what? We'd be looking like the Chargers or the Raiders, right? But the Chargers do have a good quarterback in Justin Herbert. He got hurt, but he wasn't able to do nothing when he was in the game. You know what I mean? The Broncos played good on all three phases of the game. They was good in all three phases of the game today, and that's a formula for winning football. And I think the Broncos are going to keep this up because they're hungry. They want to win, and it shows. You know what I mean? They're hungry. They want to win, and it shows. How about that? How about that? Can't say nothing else. Can't say nothing else. And going in this kind of little short and sweet. But I'll be back tomorrow for another podcast. I will be back tomorrow for another podcast. And tomorrow I probably will try to sum up, the game. But I just had to bring it to y'all, man. Good one. Broncos country. Time to celebrate. Crack your beers. Eat. Time to munch. Time to celebrate and enjoy this one. Always in this with a mile high salute. Go Broncos.